And thus, with another 365 days down, I have completed another year on YouTube, so it's time for a review. And if I'm allowed to toot my own horn a little bit, I'd have to say that my output this year was pretty good. Far superior than the previous years. I mean, don't get me wrong, I put out like 7 videos in my first year, which was admirable, but I put out 16 this year. 16. Now granted, some of them were a little shorter, like the tier list timber videos and the dumb meme video I made, but still, that's 16 videos. Plus, I had some really amazing numbers this year, at least in terms of view count. Most of my earlier videos would get around 30 or maybe 100 views. This time, I had some really breakout ones, like the best and worst Fire Emblem characters videos, which did really well. Overall, my view count hovered around, I'd say 130-ish, which isn't a whole lot better than year one, but hey, it's better. I also put out some videos that I was actually really proud of. Not just because, they're long, but also because I felt like my editing has finally gotten to a place where I'm happy with it, where I'm not like, oh, this wasn't that great. No, this time around, these videos were genuinely well made, I believe. I also got out that absolutely humongous Shadow Dragon Females Only Run video, which, God, that took so long. For reference, the actual video files for it, the recordings I made of the gameplay, I filmed those back in January. I'm a little disappointed it wasn't a major success, but still, 200-ish views is still pretty good. I say ish because apparently YouTube has this thing where it will quote-unquote delete fraudulent views from videos, which, according to what I found, basically just means that if someone watches a video and then leaves and comes back and finishes the video, that will still only count as one view, which doesn't seem like a great idea to me, because, oh no, this person might get fraudulent views, boosting them 10 whole views, oh no! But, that's just YouTube. You can't trust YouTube to make good decisions. As for the videos I planned to put out, yikes, 3 out of 12. I will say though, while I didn't quite get New Mystery of the Emblem Females Only out, I did get Shadow Dragon Females Only out, so I'll count that as a half. Those videos didn't happen for one reason or another, be it because I just had other priorities, or, like, I thought they were too long or weren't good. I actually did a decent number into the FNAF songs tier list. I was editing about to, I think Sister Location it was, but the problem is that I ran into 2 issues when I was working on that video. Firstly, a lot of the songs I was ranking in high tier were done by very large YouTubers, and a lot of the songs I ended up ranking low were done by smaller YouTubers, and that felt like punching down, and I didn't want my content to be like that. The other issue I had was, people kept being uncool with children, and so they would be canceled. And while I do think there was an argument to be made about separating the art from artist, I figured it wouldn't be great to platform their music anymore, so I'd have to go back and edit out all the songs, including them. Over the course of editing that video, like 3 different people were accused of being uncool with children, and it just became so annoying, I didn't want to deal with it anymore, so I entirely just got rid of the video file. It's just not doing that anymore. The Trails in the Sky retrospective, I didn't beat that game because other games came along, but that is something I still want to do. Same thing with the Blade of Light video. Ranking every Fire Emblem personal skill, that video sort of evolved into tier list timber, so I don't think I'll ever go back to that unless I decide to do it for tier list timber. But, yeah, Mario Sports Games, that one, I don't even really have a good excuse for it, just didn't get around to it. Valkyria Chronicles Females Only, I decided to can because a very important part of the game is the tank, and the tank requires 2 pilots, and for the first half of the game, it's a guy and a girl, so, you know, I could feasibly at least move the tank. And then the second half of the game, it's a male and a male, so the tank is entirely useless, and the tank is very important for certain missions in the late game, so I decided to just scrap the idea. New Mystery of the Emblem, Females Only didn't happen because Shadow Dragon happened instead, same thing with 3 houses. I also plan on putting out a video about the manga I read, because, I don't know, I felt like it. I didn't get to that one because the site I used to read was just heavily nuked, and that made getting, you know, reference images and stuff pretty difficult. I'm going to try to put that one out eventually, but it's definitely not a priority right now. What is going to be a priority are videos that I actually have footage of, because I have been recording stuff that I was hoping to get out at some point, but didn't get out at a good time, so I have footage for most of these, some of these even full complete runs, but I just have to edit them. So the list is FNAF World Ironmans are almost impossible, because I've been playing some FNAF World recently, if you couldn't tell by yesterday's tier list. And not all robots are created equally. There are a lot of bad ones. But FNAF World Ironmans are pretty difficult because the game is designed around, you know, characters dying and then getting back up in the next fight. So by removing them from your party, if they die, yeah, that's pretty difficult. That's really annoying. Another video I have planned to put out is Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Melee Only. It's going to be a challenge where I can't use... The only thing I can use is the attack command. Like, I can't use magic, either shortcutted or actually by going to the drop-down menu. And I can't use items, and I can't use summons. I am still allowed to use things that happen on that thing. Like, there's a ability you can pick up which summons a big ball around you. That is a very useful skill, and I'm allowed to use that because the only action there is attacking. So that's going to be a fun run. Next up is a Gaiden minimum units run, because you could beat this game with a single-digit number of characters. Now, it's incredibly difficult to do so, but you can, and I want to show how it's done. I'll be totally honest, this run is not entirely unique. I remember, I don't know if I can find it, but I'll try. I remember seeing something about this on Seren's Forest a while back, the forums. But in their run, they decided to do a glitchless run, where they didn't skip gray in the opening of the game. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the glitch to do a full minimum unit run, the least amount of units possible. Another video I have in the works is a video on 100%ing Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Outside of Ultimate, because it's Ultimate, Super Smash Bros. Brawl is my favorite Smash game, and I want to fully 100% it, complete everything I can, that whole challenge window with all the glass and shards and stuff. I want to do that, and I think it'd be fun to make a video out of it. Next up is beating New Vegas as Nick from Left 4 Dead 2. I've got all the gameplay footage for this, and it was a rough run at some points, but I think probably not going to be the next one I do, but it is going to be a interesting challenge run, because as you might have known if you've played both of these games, the only thing Nick wears is a suit. And that does not provide a whole lot of defense. So, especially considering I decided to go extra method and make it so I can't aim either, because you don't aim in Left 4 Dead unless you scope down. So, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Then, because I'm as inconsistent as ever, I've decided to put on the list of videos I want to do this year. I put 5 videos that I don't currently have footage for, but that I want to do. First up is Pokemon Gold Silver as Ash. I did Pokemon Yellow as Ash, and someone wanted to see a sequel with Gold and Silver. And I mean, why not? That video didn't get a whole lot of comments, so having like a third of the comments being a demand for a sequel, sure, why not? Another one that I don't have footage for yet is Lego City Undercover without arresting people. Because Lego City Undercover is a fun game, and I really love it. And one of the funny things about it is that because you go undercover, you're sometimes fighting the cops, and you arrest the cops. Now, that's wrongful arresting. You know, that's a crime. So instead, we're going to have to find ways around them, like killing them instead. Next up, I want to do a showcase of my Nendoroids. I'm not super into collecting things, but I have got a small collection of Nendoroids, and I absolutely love them. They're so cute, they're so adorable, and you know, some people are probably gonna say like, "Oh, you're just fishing for a Nendoroid sponsorship." And to that, I say, do they actually do that? Because like if I can get paid to shill these adorable little minifigs, I totally would do that. Totally. I also recently beat Fallout 1 and want to make a video talking about it, because Fallout 1 is... Ooh, there's a lot to say about Fallout 1. It is just as jank as the later titles are, but it's also really frustrating, but it also feels more rewarding to conquer that jank, because, you know, it's jank that doesn't really work in your favor. Like, it's not item duplications, it's, oh yeah, randomly this one gun just, like, doesn't have the accuracy it says it does. And I also want to do a review of... On my list, I have it as Persona 1, but I think it would be more interesting to start the Mega 10 marathon, where I play every single game in the Shin Megami Tensei franchise, from the earliest game possible all the way up to Strikers. I'm not playing Persona 5 X because I hate that game, but yeah, I'll need to track down a translated ROM of Megami Tensei 1, but once I do that, I'll play through it and make a video talking about it, because I really like the Persona franchise, and it's sorely needed on my channel. I haven't gotten anything out about it, so I think starting off by playing the very first Megami Tensei title would be a pretty great way to, kick things off. Finally, it wouldn't be an anniversary video if I didn't thank you guys for watching both it and any of my other videos that you've consumed. Whether you've watched all of them because you're loyal, or because you just find one video that you'd be really interested in and watch that. Thank you very much for checking out my content. It's not the best on YouTube, absolutely not, but to see my channel growing, even if it's not like to insane levels, having 364 people say, yes, I would like to see more of your content, absolutely crazy. I can only hope that I continue to grow and get better as I, hone my craft a bit more. Now, what the future is going to look like? I'd like to hit some sort of milestone this year, or in the next 12 months, like maybe maybe hitting 1,000 subscribers. That'd be nice. Or just maybe even getting a collab. That'd be cool, working with someone else on a video. But for now, I suppose that's the end of this, and I will see you nerds next time.